And so I want to just sum it up. You got a lot in that I couldn't hear. We didn't lose any of it because Riverside is it's a great program. But you were telling us how we got here. So can you sum it up? How did we get here?
Yeah, I think so. What I was trying to get at is that, we had all kinds of people, millions of people went to the street, laid down their lives. Thousands of people were murdered by the regime. The two people who were substituted for Omar al-Bashir were basically people that belonged to him, that were trained by him. And when they came in, even though he was removed, they continued the same type of brutal tactics: murder, extrajudicial killing, torture. Thousands of people were thrown in the river. They're using chemical weapons. We see in the news about cholera outbreaks, and it turns out it's because they're throwing bodies in the river and they're rotting, and the people are drinking the water. So if you go back to the beginning of this regime in 1989, this is their behavior consistently up to today. And so in 2021, instead of allowing this democratic transition to take place that they said they signed up for, that they were the caretakers of, they overthrew it. They locked up Abdallah Hamdok, who's the prime minister. They locked up the other civilian members of the Sovereign Council and basically said, we're in charge. And at that point, you began to see a rift between Burhan and Hemeti, because Burhan is part of these what are known as the Northern Nile River Arab elites. These are one of the indigenous groups. They're actually Nubian. They're not Arabs, but they're the ones where the Muslim Brotherhood really has the biggest foothold, and they're the ones who've had the power. They're the ones who were cultivated by the British and by the Turks. They're the elites.